Hello everyone, welcome to Imani's Lightwork Keys to Akasha section of my channel. For those of you who are new or you're just visiting, welcome. It's great to have you here. If you've been here from the beginning of time, I truly appreciate your continuous love and support. Okay, so before I begin with the reading I'm going to be doing today, I just want to give you a heads up that all my readings on my channel are solely based on channeling and interpretation, which means that I'm using my ability in the aid of spirit to get the readings done. Okay, so I do have a couple of requests from subscribers. The one that I'm doing today is actually a request as well. If you sent me one, I did not forget. Okay, I keep things written down. I keep things as reminders, so I didn't forget about your request if you did send me one. Okay, and if you'd like a private reading, or if you have inquiries about different types of readings, you can always email me at iofakasha108@gmail.com, or you can send me a direct message to my Instagram at AmaniIfe777. Okay? So I got an interesting request the other day to do Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Okay, her biological name is Chrissy Diane Teigen, and John Legend is John Rogers Stevenson. I believe, she's a Sagittarius, and John Legend is a Capricorn. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do whatever information comes forth that needs to come forth, and we can see what we can gather about their relationship, about their marriage, and any important details that need to be seen. Okay, all right. And of course, if you have questions about this reading, questions, comments, concerns, you can always comment below the videos. Just make sure you comment respectfully, and or you can send me an email or a direct message to my Instagram. Okay. Let's see. Should be interesting. All right. I'm getting the idea of a smart move. Smart move could be metaphoric. Smart move can also be, the spirit is telling me the energy of their marriage. So whatever they're doing within their marriage, the spirit considers it to be a smart move, and it defines their marriage. So whatever it is that they do collectively, business wise, interview wise, fundraiser wise, I'm just getting that kind of idea. I'm just giving examples. Whatever they do for the community is a good way to go. I'm also getting the idea of taxes as well. So right when I hit whatever they do for the community is giving me the idea of taxes. I'm also getting a refund. I mean, we are going towards tax season, so something may be going on. If they file taxes together, they may file taxes together, or they do it jointly. I don't feel like they do it separately. I get for the business. So when I said if they do taxes separately, it's for a business that they have together, or they're separate businesses. They're gathering taxes from that, or it's something that's going on jointly with their taxes. But I get not sure about. So when I said something that is going on jointly with their taxes, one of them isn't sure about it, or they're not sure about the refund. Okay, so I'm just going to retract for a second. One scenario is that they, I also get a payment, or they don't know where a payment is coming from. So that could be tax related, or it's just a regular payment that they don't know where it's coming from. So that could be either if they have a joint account, that's a payment that they're receiving that they don't know where it's coming from, or they don't know what's going on with the taxes from that payment. That's one scenario. Then there's a situation, I covered the joint situation. Then there's a situation where they have business taxes and they don't know where a payment is, or they don't know where a payment is coming from, joint tax related. Okay, so there's joint tax, marriage related, and then there's business tax related situations that it feels really separate. And it feels really separate in the sense where there's taxes going in different directions here, and they don't, either one of them doesn't know where a refund is coming from, or they don't know where a payment that they're receiving for either one of those situations is coming from, if that makes any sense. All right, that was a lot of information already. So there's a couple of different scenarios that are going on there that they may need to pay attention to. I'm also getting the idea of a tax preparer or a lawyer or an accountant. Their information is vital, or where they take information is vital. Okay, but let's see what's going on. Wow. All right, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the card that's underneath is the Page of Pentacles energy. So the Page of Pentacles could be a younger earth sign. There could be a child. I don't know what the sign of their children are, but it is a page that's there. This is a page. So if their child, if one of their children isn't necessarily a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo child, then the child could be embodying Page of Pentacles energy, which means that if a child's embodying, if this isn't one of their children, if one of these 3 signs is not the sign of either one of their children, both of the kids, or one of them, is embodying Page of Pentacles because of taxes. Okay, this Pentacles, it could have been cups, it could have been swords, it could have been wands. It just depends on what's going on. But if they're both of the children are embodying Pentacles energy, that means that they are dependents for them, tax dependents for both of them. Okay, if it's not the energy of the kids, then Page of Pentacles could be another individual that they work with, that's involved in their career somehow, or it's just the energy of a position or an opportunity that generates money somehow. Okay, and that's the energy that's shown up there underneath. Okay, the starting point has the sign of Libra. So here's the justice energy. So it could be justice related to the Page of Pentacles, meeting one of their kids, or an opportunity, or another person that is younger than them. Okay, the justice energy has a lot to do with revealing information. I also get the idea of precise information, okay, about taxes, tax related situations. This could literally be a Libra that they're dealing with in the court system. I'm getting the idea of contemplating something. I don't know if this is I don't know how their marriage is intimate. I don't know how they are intimately with each other. I don't know if there was a scenario where they've contemplated separating. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to say that necessarily. I don't want to put that out there, but that may have crossed one of their minds at one point, is the kind of feeling that I get. I feel like one of them contemplated it, but they didn't go further with the idea, is the energy that I get. Okay, that's one scenario. The justice energy could also be the sign of Libra. The spirit is telling me that they're a friend. So if they're dealing with a Libra, there's a Libra that is around them that is a friend. It could be Will Smith. I'm trying to think of other actors that are Libras. Other actors and musicians that could be Libra energies. I know Will Smith is a Libra. I don't know what his relationship to John Legend is necessarily, or Chrissy Teigen's, but they may, I get that. You know what's interesting? It's interesting that I mentioned Will Smith, because now I'm being drawn to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and something going on with them. I don't know if they work side by side with them, but now I'm being drawn to taxes again too. So they may be in a situation where they have a business tie with Willow and Jada, or just Will. What did I say? Not Willow. Yeah, Willow. I think Willow is a Virgo, I believe. She's a Virgo. I forgot what the sun... I forgot Jaden's sign. I think he's a water sign. But Willow, I believe, is a Virgo. And I think she's a Virgo. Jada, I think, is a Virgo. I can't remember their signs, but I know Will Smith is a Libra. So it doesn't have to be him. It could be whatever other, artists and musician. Something is going on with their taxes, or some type of business that they're doing collectively. Something's going on with the taxes with that, okay? And that may be something that they need to pay attention to. I'm getting the idea of lawyers being conjoined, or lawyers that are pretty much in communication with each other. So that could be the marriage lawyer for Chrissy and John. That could be the marriage lawyers of Jada and Will Smith. I believe they're separated, but they have a co-parenting situation running. And I know they do the red table talks. I don't know if Chrissy Teigen managed to do the red table talks with Jada yet, but it keeps giving me the idea of taxes. So if she did do a red table talk with Jada, or if she is in the works of doing the red table talk with Jada, there's taxes that she's trying to keep an eye on. That's where their money comes from. That's what the spirit is telling me their money comes from. So if they haven't done it already, then they're in the works of doing that together. But taxes are going to be generated from those interviews that Chrissy goes on by herself with Jada, or Chrissy and John go on together with Jada and Will, or just Jada. But it's tax related, and that's how they make their money. Okay. Well, that's one situation into how they make their money. Okay. And I was picking up Will Smith a lot because she's shown up there as a page. That could be her showing up there as a page underneath. You know, that's her showing up there as a page underneath, and then the energy of Jada as well. Okay. Because she's involved, the daughter is also involved in the red table talk. The Six of Pentacles energy is in the waiting position. So the Six of Pentacles would be kind of giving the idea of sharing, and but I also get sharing too much. So it's Pentacles. So I don't know if this is sharing too much money, or she's trying to. There's this idea of one of them may be trying to pay attention to how much they share information wise in terms of an interview. So that could be the red table talk interview, or some other type of interview that they've been asked to partake in. But it's tax related and information. I also get social. So social as in social security related, or social as in social meaning like who they're involved in socially. Something like that. So who they're involved in socially. I also get that they shouldn't share their information with. So that could be a Libra that they shouldn't share their information with, or that's some type of red table talk situation that they shouldn't share certain information with. But I'm getting that she asked. So when I say that too, she asked that. So that could be Jada asked that. Jada asked Chrissy Teigen about that, or Chrissy Teigen asked Jada about that, or Chrissy Teigen may have had a conversation with Willow. They had a conversation about that. Somebody asked that question. You know, something about social and taxes and baby. I'm getting the idea of a baby. I believe she just recently experienced a miscarriage. So they may be asking them these questions, or particularly Chrissy Teigen these questions. But I keep being drawn to like a tax related situation, like even with the miscarriage, or that's just the energy of her children. You know, that's just the energy of the children that she already has. Right? So there's this limit to how much information they collectively want to share in interviews, period. It doesn't have to be a red table talk interview. This is interview, period, meaning whoever they decide to have these discussions with, they need to be very careful with what they decide to share, especially if it's tax related, child information related, social related, lawyer and tax accountant related stuff that somebody's trying to pry out of them. Someone may just want to see where they're standing financially in their marriage. You know, someone may just want to see where they're standing financially in their marriage, and that's where the questions, I'm getting the idea that that's where the questions are coming from. Someone wants to see where they're standing financially in their marriage. That's why the Six of Pentacles energy is in the waiting position. The Pentacles is also the energy of John. Okay, Pentacles is the energy of John. I also get where he gets money. So Six of Pentacles is where John gets money. Justice, where John gets money. Right? John may get money from interviews. I get showcasings and things of that nature. That's where John gets money. But something is going on with the taxes with those showcasings that he is partaking in. And that's where the discussion of the red table talk or any other kind of interview that she may be going on singular by herself, or she was invited to. Someone is prying to get that information about John and where he gets his money from and what's going on with his taxes, right? So they could have had a discussion. Whatever John does separately from her, if it's one scenario where it's not joint, then I also get faulty. Something is faulty about it. But something's also going on with the taxes related to something that he's doing separately. And someone may be aware, she may have little information on what he does separately and tax related to what he does separately, business, what he does separately, something about it. He could have shared that with one of his close colleagues. That I deem them to have close colleagues together, but someone that he deals with intimately for his own separate business affairs, some part of that he may not share with her, but it's tax related. Then someone that is having an interview with her knows about what he does separately, and they're coming to her and they're asking her. I was getting she, the spirit said she. It could be a female Libra. You know, if it's not the energy of Jada, then it's another Libra that is in the industry. That is, it could be who is it? It could be Kim Kardashian. I'm just giving examples. It could be Kim Kardashian, whatever other Libra female energy. It could be male that's coming through that is asking these questions to Chrissy. Do you know what John is doing? Do you know what's going on with his taxes? Do you know what's going on with his social? Do you know what's going on? What is going on with that information? You know, so somebody's coming to them and coming to her and asking her these questions because something may be really secretive about what he does, what she does, what they do together, where the taxes come from that. It just depends on what's going on there, okay? The present has the Nine of Pentacles energy. So lawyers could be intertwined. I kind of see, I kind of deem the justice energy to be court related, lawyer related, accountant related, you know, discussions about taxes. And you see what's going on. The importance with the discussion about the taxes is that, for example, if they have, you know, if they're, whatever is going on privately with them that is financial, and maybe they don't talk to, there may be some aspect of their marriage or some aspect of the financial part of their marriage they may not, or they may keep really hushed from each other. So if they're showing up in court, if they want to go to court, if they want to, I always look at the idea of separate lawyers. So they may have separate lawyers for their separate businesses. They have separate lawyers, and those lawyers may be in communication with each other about, you know, what is he doing, what is she doing, what's going on with his return. I was getting the idea of return. What is going on with his return, her return? What is going on with their returns together? What's going on with their joint returns, if there is a joint return? Right? So the lawyer needs to have that conversation with both of them. The lawyer or John's lawyer needs to have that conversation with Chrissy's lawyer if they have separate lawyers. Or if they don't have separate lawyers, then they need separate lawyers. They either need separate lawyers or they don't need separate lawyers. But the spirit is saying something that's really different about the lawyers. Like they may be in communication with each other, or one of them is looking for their own, is the kind of idea that I get. One of them could also be looking for a lawyer on their own if they don't have their own. I would deem them to have their own because she's a model, you know, she's a socialite. He's a musician. He's also a socialite. I would deem him to be a male model as well too. So they would have different lawyers for those situations. And something may be really convoluted about having more than one lawyer for different situations like that, because taxes are involved, and the lawyers also need to be paid. So the more lawyers that need to be paid, the less that also gets deducted from their refund as a couple, or what they receive tax related as a couple together. That money comes out, and that's going to go to their separate lawyers. The more people involved in their marriage financially, the more money comes out of their pocket for themselves and for their children. But I get the idea that it is managed. The money is managed. You know, the money is managed because of a really good accountant. The accountant may be expensive. You know, the money is managed, but it's like the money's managed, but it's the more people involved, the more is going to get taken out tax related. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is in the future. You have more air sign element. There's Libra there. Air sign, that also brings in the energy of another air sign element, a Gemini, another Libra, an Aquarian, etc. The energy here, okay? The instincts has the Four of Cups. Cups represent children and emotional detachment, so that could be how they feel. But I also get a lawyer. The lawyer is embodying a Four of Cups energy. The lawyer feels really extracted from a situation, or they may have been asked to be really extracted. I also get for an interview. So a lawyer may be really extracted on purpose, or they were asked to be extracted from a situation on purpose for the sake of an interview. So that could be involving them verbally, or they're physically somewhere and they're being asked to be extracted. So verbally, in the sense where if they're in an interview and they're being asked certain questions, one lawyer is not involved in that conversation, which means that they're not talking about or speaking on that lawyer that they do have. That's one scenario about it. They're not speaking on that accountant, whatever. They're not speaking on manager. It could even be a manager that's coming through like that, that's managing something financially. But that person is not being spoken on during this particular interview. Or they're physically there. They could be physically there and they're being asked to not be on the scene or camera or be involved in a conversation. Right? So that could go for an interview situation, or that could literally be a meeting that they're involved in where there's a particular lawyer, manager, accountant that is being extracted from the situation. I'm being drawn to funds as well too. Somebody's being extracted funds wise from their situation. Okay? It's a lawyer, it's a manager, and it's an accountant. Somebody's being extracted funds wise. Or being extracted funds wise, they could be extracting funds from them somehow. I also get with the help of another lawyer. They're extracting funds somehow with the help of another lawyer. And the help of another lawyer could be a lawyer's lawyer, a manager's lawyer, an accountant's lawyer. Something really convoluted like that. There's a lot of information. Something that's happening there that's like that. You know, because it could also be because of the extraction. And extraction meaning like, it's cups. Extraction meaning like keep your distance. Extraction meaning Six of Pentacles. Extraction, money extraction. So that could be something that they're doing or that they need to discuss amongst themselves. Should we keep this other? That's why I said too many lawyers, or something could be going on with too many managers, too many of something that is involved with them, of a person that is managing something for them, and they're like, maybe we should let one lawyer go. That's why I said lawyer, manager, accountant. Maybe we should just let one of them go because they're eating away from our funds that we have for our family. That's one scenario about it. Four of Cups, right? That's one scenario. Keeping them at bay, or something is also going on with extracted meaning I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. So if it's a lawyer, manager, accountant, they're trying to figure out a way to do that because they may be aware that they're going to be let go. So that could be a Libra that they're experiencing that with. You know, if it's not necessarily somebody in the industry, then it's somebody that is involved with their assets and affairs, their financial affairs. All right, Four of Cups. Okay, Four of Cups energy, right? You know, it's giving me this idea, you know what's coming to mind, like that idea of something really being really mixy, and it could be, you know, it can be extreme, some element of, that's why the justice is here. It could get extreme if it hasn't gotten extreme already, like some part of it, you know, like mainstream media, or, you know, I also get the longevity of it. So the longevity of that situation, this may have been going on for a while. It may have not been, or it just started, or it's in the middle of it, whatever it is going on there. But I get firing. So it's something that they're trying to do firing wise with somebody that they have tied to their assets somehow. Okay. The Nine of Cups, but something is extreme about that because that person is really intertwined, and somehow that person can, I also get asked, they're trying to ask for something, or like a reprieve, or they're trying to ask for some type of forgiveness, they're trying to ask for financial forgiveness, or something that they're trying to ask for is money related that they're trying to ask for, or it's emotionally tied, the need that they have, because they may not want to leave because of whatever they're making from them. That's why they don't want to leave. So they're fearing getting clipped in the sense. If that's something that they're experiencing with someone that's tied into their assets like that, lawyers, manager, whoever that they're dealing with in that way. Okay? The Nine of Cups energy is in the accomplishment. Okay, the Nine of Cups is in the accomplishment. Cups, the 9 would be, I also get finalizations right next to the Libra. So that could be court related finalizations that needed finalizations, meaning tax related finalizations. I also get wills. They could be in the process of creating wills and things of that nature. You know, they're in the process, somebody is in the process of doing that, or helping John do that, helping Chrissy Teigen do that, or they're doing that together, something like that. Okay, some will writing and all those kind of things right next to the justice card. But I also get who isn't involved in it. So if it's will writing, something is really important about who isn't involved in it, or who is involved in it, who is or is not involved in it. And it could be a Libra. If it's not like someone in the industry or a court related situation or asset related, then it's a Libra. Libra could be a family member or a friend. I was getting an idea of a friend who's not involved in it, who's not being incorporated into the will or one of their wills. You see, something is going on there incorporation wise with some. I also get name. Something is going on incorporation wise with somebody's name. So that could be a lawyer's name, a manager's name, an accountant's name, a family member or friend, their name. Or that could be or something's going on with their name, like Chrissy's name or John's name. Their name being in something. It could be being in an interview, being in a discussion, being in a room metaphorically. Their name being in someone's mouth in a room metaphorically, literally. But it's related to, I also get what they're not saying. It's related to what they're not saying or what they're not talking about as well too. If it's information wise, tax related wise, manager wise, lawyer wise, manager, if what they're trying to do, clip a manager, clip a lawyer, clip somebody. And somebody may be thinking, if she's, if they're partaking in interviews, someone is thinking that they don't want to include someone. Oh, I understand what's going on here. I understand. If they have a lawyer, okay, if they have a manager that the manager, for example, may feel really extracted from something. A manager may want to be involved in their interviews for some reason. I'm just giving an example. I'm going with what I feel. A manager may want to feel really involved, and they're not, and one of them is not involving them in the conversation or in the interview. And that could be where somebody thinks, that's why I was getting the idea of firing. That could be where somebody's thinking that they're going to get fired, or they really are in the planning process of letting someone like that go, and that's why they're not allowing or inviting that person in to their interview situation that they have running, or a meeting that they have going on, right? So it may be making, I also get a client, it could be making a client nervous. It could be making a manager nervous, a lawyer really uncomfortable for some reason with that. Or somebody, or a manager may have their own lawyer, and they may have had those kind of discussions along those lines like that. Why? Because they're celebrities. So they're making everything that they do, everything that they touch, every person that they interact with, every camera that hits them generates money somehow. So, but a manager feels really extracted from that. And the manager could be discussing with their lawyer, why don't they, because if the manager is seen with them, that's paid for the manager as well too. That's paid for the manager. Even if the name of a person is involved in a conversation, that's paid for that person. That's paid for that person too. You see? Wow. The Seven of Wands energy is in the spiritual self. So this will now bring in the energy of Chrissy Teigen. She's shown her energy is coming through there as a Seven of Wands right next to the Six of Pentacles. It's pretty straightforward. Something that she doesn't want to do. Six of Pentacles wise. Something that she doesn't want to do Six of Pentacles wise. The Page of Pentacles could be, like I said, the Page of Pentacles underneath could be the energy of a manager or a young manager or like a stylist, someone that works with them. Six of Pentacles next to the Seven of Wands energy. They may want more pay. Like somebody's trying to figure out a way to get more pay. But the way they're trying to figure out how to get more pay is by contacting I also get don't have access to. So they don't have access to Chrissy's lawyer. They don't have access to John's lawyer or something like that. If it's a manager or a stylist or a fashion, what do you call it, designer that one of them deals with, Page of Pentacles energy, like that person, that I also get angst. That person has one person that they have many people, but this one person in particular, and it could be a Libra, but somebody's showing up here as a Page of Pentacles too. If it's not only the energy of an opportunity, then it's just a person, you know. But that person has angst, and they feel short-handed in a sense. They feel short. I get really private. So as I'm talking about it, it's something about it is really private. Something about it is really private. The topic, something along those lines, is really private for them to express. And it's something that's going on when a manager is acting out and has angst. But I get this idea of scared, or something is scary, or something could potentially get that way with someone that is tied to them like that. Because that person, like I said, that person may feel excluded. They may want to clip that person. That person may be using their intuition that they're going to get clipped eventually. They're going to get clipped eventually. So it's, you know, it's making them nervous. It's making them uncomfortable. Something's also scary about the situation. But I also get stalking too. When I said something scary about it, somebody may be stalking her or him or them. Someone is trying to do that, or they have been doing that. And that could be online stalking, or like in the street stalking, or outside stalking. Stalking them when in interviews, in studios, stalking them somewhere. Stalking them somewhere. Stalking one of them or both of them. You know? Stalking them. It's taxes, and it's pay, and fear of getting clipped, fear of not being seen, whatever it is. You know? But somebody is taking it to the level where they want to stalk one of them or both of them. Okay? And something is scary about that. Or that may be something that they already experienced. That's why I said through an interview. So that may be something. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, I get it now. I see what's happening. If she, for example, say, okay, if I'm just gonna give the Red Table Talk example as an interview, because that was coming through a lot. I don't know if they had it already, or they're trying to do it, they're planning it, whatever. What's happening with that interview is somebody prying for questions. I also get overheard a conversation. So if that's Jada or Willow, I'm just using them as an example if they're involved in that. Somebody, they're prying for questions because, or someone that they're in an interview with is prying for questions because they overheard a conversation happening pertaining to a manager getting let go, or some type of strangeness that is going on with the pay a manager is supposed to receive, or a lawyer or an accountant is supposed to receive. Somebody that is conducting an interview overheard a conversation like that happening. And that's what's scary about it, because the person that overheard the conversation that a manager was happening with someone is they're having a conversation with John or Chrissy, but they may be cryptic with them, but they're not telling them what they overheard. I also get a plan. They're not telling them about a plan that they overheard, that manager, that accountant, that somebody, that whoever that is, that person, they're not reiterating that to them, or they're being really cryptic in the interview with them. But they overheard something before they conducted the interview. That a manager said, that a lawyer said, that an accountant said, a hairstylist said, I don't know, somebody random. That person was a plan. It could be related to the stalking. That's why the Seven of Wands is there next to the Six of Pentacles. It could be related to the stalking that they're experiencing, or they don't know about yet, or one of them is experiencing, or one of them doesn't know about yet, or something like that. That's what's creepy about it, because it also gives me the idea of be careful of who one of them shares information with. They should be careful of who they share information with. You know, that's why I was getting that idea from before, and managers, but I get the idea that they do know somebody well. Like, they do know a manager well. They may have known them for years before they even became a manager for them, or her or him. They've known them for a while, but it's giving me the idea that someone is stalking somebody else. The Ten of Wands energy is in the mentality. So, Ten of Wands, Four of Cups, difficult. It's kind of giving me this emotional, kind of, you know, sporadic feeling of difficulty. And it depends. It's her energy, too. Four of Cups energy. She's residing with that. You know, Ten of Wands. But I also get what a lawyer said. So, Ten of Wands is what a lawyer is going to say, or what a lawyer already said. What a lawyer is, what they're planning on saying, or what they're trying to tell them to do. But I also get for show. So something is also for show that is happening. Something is also for show that is happening too. It's for show. But it's critical that it is for show. It's critical that it is. Okay? It's critical that something is for show. So whereas something being for show, it has something to do with who they involve for show. But they may have tried to explain that to someone that it's for show. You know, we don't mean what we're saying at the moment is for show. We don't mean what we're saying at the moment. We're not trying to tell you that we're going to clip you. You know, we can't afford you anymore. It could be a situation where they just can't afford someone anymore. It could be a nanny. You know, it could be somebody that have watched the kids. As simple as that. It could be a Libra that's shown up like that. Page of Pentacles showing up like that. You know, managers could show up as nannies, or someone that they have that works for them directly, but that person is trying to stalk them, whoever that person is, that they want to leave their kids with. If that's one scenario about it, you know, that person is trying to figure out a way to stalk them, or they may want to know why they're on the verge of getting fired. It just depends on what's going on. You know, it just depends on what's going on. The changing position has the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is an Aries, Leo, Sag female. This is her. That's Chrissy there. Or it's another Queen of Wands. It's another Sag female. It's another Aries or Leo female. That's here in the changing position. Could be someone in the industry. Could be a family member. Could be a manager. Could be a lawyer. Whoever this person is. What's interesting about it is that all the heavy energy could also be associated to them. So it's associated to Chrissy Teigen. I had her issues associated to an issue that she has privately. And then it could also be associated to an issue that an external Queen of Wands energy has. That's why the Ten of Wands and Seven of Wands energy is there. It's associated to an external Queen of Wands energy. But I get she helps me. So when I say that she helps me, someone that helps Chrissy, this woman, okay, someone that helps her is she helps me. Something's going on with her. not Chrissy. Yes, Chrissy showing up like that, but it's an external Queen of Wands that helps Chrissy, and something's going on with that woman that helps her. If they could be stalking her. It just depends on what's going on. If they're really separate. If they're like, they could be a family member, they could be a manager, they could be a lawyer. She helps Chrissy do something. She helps them with the kids. But I was given the idea of the OBGYN as well too. I was being drawn to that earlier, and I kind of cut myself off. I didn't really go into it too much. You know, I'm always sensitive when it comes to talking about children or unborn children. Okay, I try to be delicate with that. But anyway, I try to be delicate, but it was giving me, I don't know if that somebody, okay, if it's not, okay, Queen of Wands energy external could be the energy of an OBGYN doctor or nurse or a, what do you call those people, midwives and those kind of things. Something is going on, but I get a mistake. So when I say a midwife could have made a mistake, or I don't know if Chrissy made a mistake about a midwife. I don't know, something's going on, money and suing wise that's happening there. Oh, now I understand what's going on as well. So now I see what's going on as well. I see what's happening here. So if one scenario about their situation is it covered a lot of their marriage, but what's going on in their tax related situations. But what's also happening here is that the person that felt the Ten of Wands with the Four of Cups, Chrissy's energy, and also an external Queen of Wands that's shown up here like a midwife or a nurse, the spirit is saying that they made a mistake doing something. But I get something about like I don't know if it's like her umbilical cord. Something happened with the umbilical cord. You know, something is going on. This is going to get really interesting in a minute. her umbilical cord, something, I also get didn't say or didn't let her know something as well pertaining to umbilical cord. That's why, okay, let me just go back a little bit for 1 second. Them together, or just Chrissy involving her, felt extracted. She felt really extracted. So, external Queen of Wands felt really extractive. If they're like, I also get a nurse aide or like a midwife. They're somebody that they're like a practitioner of some kind, one of them. And what's happening with them is that they may have felt really extracted, but I'm being drawn back to the idea of like a will, or like the writing of one, or some type of money leaving related situation that is will like, if it's not only a will, or just given Six of Pentacles next to the Seven of Wands, just given, I get proper pay, given a Queen of Wands energy proper pay. So they may not have paid a midwife or someone properly, like something's going on that is going on with proper pay. So I also get made a mistake on purpose. So Queen of Wands could have made a mistake on purpose with something that she had going on OBGYN wise. Something was going on with a mistake that she made on purpose. But I also get like a vitamin. I get a vitamin too. It was giving me the idea of like the umbilical cord, and I also get the idea of like a vitamin, some type of vitamin that needed to be taken, or something's going on with the vitamin that I don't know if she took the vitamin or she ran out of vitamin, some type of vitamin. So that could be her by herself, or they're also external. So she could have made a mistake herself with not taking some type of vitamin that was given to her, or it wasn't given to her. Like somebody intentionally didn't give her some type of vitamin. Because certain prenatal vitamins, they help with the development. They assist with the development and the functionality of the umbilical cord. So there could have been a vitamin that wasn't given to her, or she forgot to take it, or something like that. It was just really weird. But it has something, I get the idea of suing. So they may want to sue a midwife or a nurse or somebody in the hospital, something that person did wrong. So she herself did something wrong without taking anything. Excuse me. She herself did something wrong with not taking something particular that she knew that she was supposed to take. That's one. Or someone just didn't give it. Someone just didn't give her something to take. But the one reason for it is because somebody could have felt cheated out, or someone's cheated out and that person is also stalking them. But it's will related, it's giving them money related, it's giving them proper pay related. It's giving that person proper pay related. That's why with the situations with the taxes and all that is coming through, and wanting to let managers and lawyers go so that they could pay someone, that they may be trying to let someone go particularly so that they could just pay somebody. Because if they let somebody go that's, an unnecessary manager that they can let go, that's more money that they could save to then give to someone. I get demanding, so that they can then give to someone that is demanding it. Like someone that they have attached to them is demanding more pay, or they were demanding more pay for some type of mishap that occurred with the baby, and the baby being stillborn, and the babies being stillborn is something is umbilical cord malfunction related to that, but it has something to do with not being given a vitamin or her not taking the vitamin. But then something's also going on here with trying to sue. So that could be something that they want to do. That's something that they want to do, but that person, whoever is attached to that person that they want to sue, that person, I would say threatening. That person could be threatening them or her or him, or they don't somebody feels that they didn't receive proper pay, and that's why somebody's trying to stalk them as well too. 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands. That's why the 4 of Cups, 10 of Wands, and 7 of Wands is there. Somebody wants to stalk them because of that. People stalk when they feel emotionally threatened, psychologically threatened, financially threatened. People stalk because of that. People stalk when they make an intentional mistake. Like for media, like when I said an intentional mistake, somebody made an intentional mistake with her for media. Like somebody did that to get on media. But it involves them. So if they're seen on media with that person, something that they did wrong is wrong against God, because of, if children are a child, unborn fetus is involved in that situation. But that person's devious. That person's motive, it was really devious. That person's motive was devious. So I know it sounds crazy, but a nurse or a midwife or somebody did something really crazy related to Chrissy and John, baby wise, because they wanted to get on the media. So someone could have purposefully not given her something, or they didn't give her something, or they didn't tell her what to do, whatever it was, so that they could be seen. But I'm being drawn back to taxes. So when I say that, it's drawing me back to the idea of taxes. That's supposed, some type of tax situation is happening there too. Somebody's tax situation is happening there like that with them too. If somebody did that, something like that, for because of taxes, or a refund related to taxes, some type of refund related to taxes, the mishap with the baby, a mishap with the cord, some type of issue, something is tax refund like about that too. Someone's tax refund about it, or that is intertwined with the tax refund of somebody else. Someone's tax refund about that for somebody else, you know, which is something that's related is going on there. It's really crazy sounding. Okay, the Nine of Swords is in the resolution going towards, this is Swords energy, that Libra. The Libra would just be just a system. The Libra is the energy, it could be a person. The Libra energy could be the energy of the justice system, the court system, a lawyer, whoever. The Nine of Swords with a lawyer or a Libra. You have Libra, you have an external Queen of Wands, and then this is also Chrissy Teigen that is here as well too. You know? But the Nine of Swords is in the resolution going towards the Knight of Swords energy. So the Nine of Swords going towards, I keep getting an idea of the GYN, or like the OBGYN has like a Nine of Swords kind of energy going on there with them. Going towards the Knight. You know? So that could be somebody coming in. Somebody could be apologizing for what they did, what they know, what they said, what they... I also get implied. Somebody could be feeling weird for something that they implied. Someone was implying something that was really interesting, and that could be related to the baby, that's related to interview, that's related to taxes, that's related to manager, that's related to lawyer. Somebody implied something really interesting that I get investigating. Somebody implied something really interesting that they may be trying to investigate, and that could be related to a midwife or a nurse or something. They may need to investigate that. I get what she did. They need to investigate what she did. Or that could be happening to Chrissy, or that's happening to someone that, like, that she helped me from earlier on, something that she did while helping her, or at least claiming that she did something wrong, but something that was strange or intentional about that too. And it was somebody's way of receiving some type of publicity. Okay, all right, it's crazy. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. And they've got a lot of different situations happening here within the marriage. The baby that they were supposed to have, that was accidental. And then one element about it was that somebody also did something really intentionally with that, which is weird. You know, somebody did something really oddly intentional with that. I know it sounds weird to say, but you know, people are interested in like that. That's one scenario. And then what's the other situation? And then there's taxes, and there are refunds and situation. I also get somebody eyeballs those things. You know, somebody's eyeballing their refunds, and there's midwives and people. You know, somebody is fearing getting sued. I'm getting that idea too. Somebody's fearing getting sued or arrested or whatever is going on there. Somebody's fearing that. Okay? All right, let's do an outcome for them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Three of Swords energy is here, and then the Queen of Pentacles energy is an outcome. So the Queen of Pentacles energy could be, this could be someone that works in the doctor. This could be somebody in the industry. This is a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus females. You have a Queen of Pentacles. You have an external. You have Christy showing up here as Queen of Wands. Then it's an external Queen of Wands that's shown up here as well too. Then there's a Libra. Something's going on. I get involved. A Libra is involved. You know, a Libra is involved. But it's somebody. The Spirit is telling me someone that was taking care of her. Someone that was helping her, helping them, someone that takes care of them. So I don't know if it's like a motherly figure. I'm not getting a heavy energy with parents necessarily. It feels, I'm not getting that energy. It could be some type of like maternal involvement on both of their ends, or it's like a midwife or a nurse or an OBGYN, and something's going on with those people. Something's going on. And then there's the energy of managers too. Managers, and a manager could have had a conversation with an OBGYN or a nurse. That's why I said somebody contacted someone. So an OBGYN could have contacted somebody's lawyer, or their lawyer or their manager or something like that. Or vice versa. They contacted each other there. Then there's a Queen of Pentacles energy, resides with Six of Pentacles energy. And then there's I forgot about this card. Then there's the Nine of Pentacles energy in the present. The 9 would be a tax return. But after suing, like after some type of, they're going to receive something after they decide to sue. Or they potentially they may receive something if they decide to sue. But that's it. Like I said earlier on in the reading, something is really private about that. Like no one else knows that they're doing that. So that's why it's really private. That's why I was getting that earlier on. All right, the Queen of Pentacles energy. And who they want, they're doing it privately. The idea of doing it privately and not keep, that's why I said in the beginning, her going on these red table talks, as an example, she could literally went on one already. The table talk, like the interviews and somebody prying for questions, is because somebody was aware that her I'm getting an idea of the mishap and those kind of things. Somebody was aware that somebody was going to make that kind of mistake. A manager or someone was aware, or somebody overheard a conversation that a manager had with someone, like a doctor, a nurse, a parent, or somebody. Somebody overheard those conversations and may not have told her anything. You know? The baby could have probably been saved. Or I also get if something was done properly. Like the child could have been saved if something was done properly. Like if something was done properly. Someone didn't do something properly, whatever the reason was for them not doing something properly. But it's money and tax related and refund related that someone didn't. And which is really crazy that happened like that. Okay? The Queen of Pentacles is there with the Five of Swords. You know, and the stalking ideas, because, you know, somebody, they may be fearing that. That's why I said scary. They may be fearing that because they don't want to be stalked. They don't want to be stalked for suing someone. Suing somebody is a big deal. Especially trying to sue someone that may have very little than they do. What can they really get? But they're suing because it may be coming out of somebody's taxes. So that may be coming out of... I keep getting the nurse aide, or some type of nurse-like person, or a manager. So something is coming out of their taxes. And they may not know that something is coming out of their taxes. And being aware of that could be why they feel the need to have conversation with their manager or a lawyer secretively, without their knowledge or behind the scenes. It just depends on what's going on. And someone is fearing being stalked, or someone could already be getting stalked somehow. Someone could be stalking the midwife. Someone could be stalking the nurse aide. Someone could be stalking someone that was helping her directly. Somebody could be stalking that person. A manager could be stalking that person. That person could be stalking the manager. Wow. Five of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles could be a financial advisor for them. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. or something revealed, something that the Queen of Pentacles energy revealed about their situation. So they could be revealed, they could be a manager. Queen of Pentacles could be a manager. They're a financial advisor of some kind. They work in the industry. Something that they said, something that they know, something that they saw, something that they overheard. Five of Swords right next to them. But could have said something sooner. So the Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles energy could have said or revealed something to them sooner. Let me do another outcome here. And that could be doctor's office related, that could be lawyer related sooner, manager related sooner, but I get hiding from them. Manager related sooner, the manager was hiding something from them. Physically hiding from them, or like hiding something that they could have said sooner from them, something that they heard. So the manager could have heard something from an interview that one of them went on, or an interview that one of them went on, or they both went on. Someone that interviewed them there had a conversation with the manager, and that person aware of a plan. That person was aware of a plan that somehow a doctor or a nurse or somebody had, or they had a conversation with that person somehow, or they exchange contact information. Whatever it is that they did, it's strange, but it's something that is attached to them, like that is heist like too, that someone was moving that way. Let me do another outcome too. 2, 3. And it boils down to somebody not being paid or something. The transit, or not being paid enough, or somebody being fired. Like if they wanted to let somebody could have been acting out in a really odd way because they were gonna get fired, or they overheard one of them, John or Chrissy, talking about letting a particular manager or somebody go. So they may have felt really, crazy about that, and so they hid some type of information that I get found out on by themselves. They hid some type of information that they found out on by themselves from them, and then it ended up leading towards some type of medical mishap. The transition card next to the Five of Swords energy, that's the sign of Scorpio. There could be a Scorpio involved here too. There's a lot of cups here. Is this a transition card to what the Queen of Pentacles energy, I also get didn't say, what the Queen of Pentacles energy didn't say, what they didn't give them a heads up about before, whatever it is. So Five of Swords resides with the Queen of Pentacles energy. They made a contact this person here too, with the transition card energy being there. The Death card energy is that the Death card energy is also information. It's information that is not gathered yet. Is information that has not made it out to media yet. Is information that is something that she doesn't know. She may not know something. She may not know something particularly here, and that may lead her to not knowing something, or them not knowing something particularly at the moment would be leading them to sue. Okay. It would be leading them to sue. All right, so that is John Legend and Chrissy Teigen's reading. If you have questions, comments, or concerns about this reading, you can comment below. You can email me. You can send me a direct message to my Instagram. Once again, if you have inquiries, you know where to find me. My information will be available on the community panel of my channel. All right, be well. Take care. Bye.